Hello and thank you for pressing play. Welcome to A Beer with Bear or any other beverage. This is episode 97 featuring Rocka and Dax Dragster of the Godless Wicked Creeps, along with Bebop of The Sindicates. The Damn You crew is back, and we are talking about the brand new single and music video, The Vampire. Catching up with the boys, we discuss the writing process and inspiration behind the track, and get a behind-the-scenes look at the making of this DIY music video. We also dive into some of their favorite vampire movies and media. Plus, hear the story of Dax making friends with a funeral gravedigger, keeping things true to psychobilly style. I always enjoy getting together with these guys, and I'm already looking forward to the next time. And fair warning, this song has a really bad habit of getting stuck in your head. Don't be surprised if you catch yourself singing it everywhere you go. Beer with Bear is available where podcasts are heard: iTunes, Spotify, Libsyn, to name a few, YouTube, and SoundCloud.com. That's right, full episodes of our recent and upcoming shows will now be available on YouTube, along with audio previews, video clips, and more. Please support the show and the artists who come on by hitting like and subscribe, leave a positive rating, write a review, and tell your friends. While you're at it, don't forget to like us on Facebook at Beer with Bear Pod, Twitter at Beer with Bear, and Instagram at Beer with Bear Podcast. That's right, due to some technical issues, we are no longer using the Beer with Bear Pod handle. You want to follow us at Beer with Bear Podcast. There, along with our other social media, you'll find pictures, videos, updates for upcoming episodes, and it's also the best way to contact us. We'd love to hear from you. Theme music by Chris Helking. Mixing and post-production by Ryan Miles. Thank you very much and enjoy. Awesome. Welcome, everyone. We are back. This is what did we call it last time? The Damn You? The Rocka universe?
I think so, yeah.
Well, hopefully join the universe soon will be Bebop. You got to do something with Bebop soon.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's true.
Welcome back. It's early for me and Bebop. So, like I said, usually I ask what everyone's drinking. I'm going to start by saying I got the LaCroix water, and just to keep me going, a little bit of Celsius caffeine. No, I'm not getting paid for that ad, by the way.
Yeah, he is.
All right, Panu, what do you got? What are you knocking back?
Okay, so I've got something called Amarillo Bancari. It's like Mexican style light lager, but it's like a Finnish, like a local brewery, and it's excellent. And I'm not getting paid, but I hope I will.
Yeah. You have a different. Are you in a different location? You usually have your little studio, your little Rocka studio. Where are you at now?
Oh, it's the same place, but I needed to change the position of the camera because there was too much backlighting. Because for once, it's actually sunny here in Finland right now.
No need for a sauna.
That's always a good thing. Always.
Dude, you got last episode I did with you guys, you got me thinking about that now. I was looking for saunas in my area, private ones, because they have them in a public gym, but those are gross. Mm-hmm. You don't want to go in there. Oh, God. So I'm looking for ones you pay like by the hour, like personal ones, nice ones.
You know, Braulio, of course. You know Braulio? Braulio Puente, yeah. And he was here like a couple of weeks ago, and of course I took him to the Finnish public sauna with like 15 other naked men. And
oh no,
Mr. Braulio had such a good time that it was Monday when we went there, and after we left, he told me that we need to go back, and we went there back on Wednesday. Same thing.
Towels? No one's wearing towels?
No.
Oh, shit.
Oh, no.
Oh, man.
Yeah, we were actually talking about it, that if we would do the same thing in US, it would be feel a little bit strange, I guess. But for Finnish people, it's like it's part of the culture and the attitude. It's not the same. You know.
Well, I think it depends how you're raised. I think I refer to as locker room people. I'm not a locker room guy. When you go to the gym, like Bebop, you've been to a public gym, right? Like a LA Fitness or 20. Yeah. You go in that fucking locker room, people, it's just fucking nuts. Like they're everywhere. You just like look up, look straight, because people just.
But I mean, like it's
count the tiles
it's the way
on the
we
floor.
are. Yeah, but I mean, like the way we are raised, like everybody goes to a sauna, starting from when they're just like little kids. So
you see, Bebop, he did that to us, you and me, and
but I mean, like there's nothing sexual about it. And
no.
I mean, like I'm not saying that somebody would have some sexual about it, but I mean that nobody even thinks about it. Like it's like breathing for us, going to sauna naked.
Like I said, for some people it's true. I'm not one of those guys. Like I said, I was never a locker room guy. I didn't play sports.
Yeah.
In high school, I just never did.
Now I'm over explaining it, and it starts sounding weird.
It's just how things are, man. That's how you guys roll. That's cool.
Vanu, I'm just making things worse. You know how we're supposed to? You always say stay on topic. I kind of like to move things around a bit.
Jesus.
And we're still in our intro.
And the more I start explaining why it's natural for us to go there naked, the more it starts sounding like, maybe I should shut up.
No, it's the same thing here. If you go to a gym here, you got guys like me in shorts or a towel, then you got the guys walking around.
Fucking roaming around naked.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry, Dax. I won't bring you into this. Let's talk about what Dax is drinking.
I'm drinking a very dark beer called Morschleutel, but it sounds German, but it's actually English. It was a present from my kids to me. So it's a pretty strong one. It's like 14%. So if I'm a bit blurry in the end, that's why.
All those secrets are going to flow out of you.
Yeah, let's get there.
And how many times a week do you go to sauna?
0. Cheers.
Cheers on the hot water.
But I do have a comment though for the it's like do you go like mixed men and women or just guys?
There's both. And it depends on the sauna, but it also depends on the day you go to the sauna, because they have arranged it differently. Yeah.
All right, because like in Denmark, if you go saunas or any kind of spa or whatever, you always wear a swimsuit. But if you go in Germany, just across the border, and you go to just like a swimming pool or a swim hall or a spa, everybody's naked. And it's like the first time I didn't think about it, so I just walked in and everybody was like, "What the fuck?" But it's
Wrong door. You turn right back around.
I'm going. Yeah. So that's my dark beer.
And I made a comment too that your beer is really. It looks like you're drinking blood, which works for this episode, because it's the vampire. That's the thing for this episode. Hold on, I'm gonna pull this up real quick. Yeah, look at that.
Yeah.
Damn you. I love the way that vinyl looks too, by the way, that cover there. I assume that's Dax or just any vampire.
Well, yeah, I guess so.
It looks like off of the video. Very uncanny.
Yeah. Who did the artwork for that?
It's a guy living in Helsinki called Juan Camilo Masutier.
Sounds like a vampire.
Yeah. And he's no. Well, obviously not a Finnish name, but he's a quite popular tattoo artist living in Finland nowadays and living in Helsinki. And he already did one art for me, and that's the Voodoo Queen T-shirt. And this is kind of like a continuation to that, when I was so excited about it. So I was saying that, dude, next time we're going to make a album artwork together, and that's what we did.
How'd you find this artist?
We used to go to basically the same gigs, like
same saunas.
There's this Finnish.
Hey, how's it going?
He's the one with the little,
Let's talk about music.
Hey, what's up?
But anyways, there's this Finnish, like a really, really great, like I would say the genre is murder folk. So it's kind of like a dark folk music, and the band called Gallows Dance, and we both are like a big fans of that band. So when we had show together with Gallows Dance, like Rocka and Gallows Dance, obviously he was there, and then I started talking with him like, hey, you do some really good work, like maybe you could work for me, and that's how it started.
All right. So that's how you guys met. Well, you guys knew each other prior then, or did you know each other?
Basically, yeah.
Oh, okay.
And because the Voodoo Queen artwork was more like this kind of like a little bit cartoonish thing. When we started working on this art, he asked from me like, "Hey, do you want more cartoonish, or do you want more like a realistic looking thing?"
Okay.
And I think I said like, "Can you do something from the middle?" And
in between.
Yeah. And he basically drew the whole thing as a draft, and he showed it to me, and I saw it, and I was like, yeah, I think this would really work.
but it was kind of also a back and forth thing. I mean, the detail with the clock,
Yeah.
like from the lyric and from the beginning of the ideas for the video to have like a general kind of theme going from the lyrics and the video and the sleeve.
Yeah,
Like
I guess we're going to talk about the music video later, but I just wanted to add like it was also a thing where Dax and his awesome crew, they would go to the filming location to take like a test footage for many times, and they kept sending like photos from the set, and I kept sending those photos to the artist. And at the end, when we got the final one, he basically said that he was trying to choose between actually using Dax's face or just this kind of like an evil vampire face, and it was like a choices, and then eventually he just sent it and said that, okay, I was thinking about using Dax's face, but then I went with the more evil looking evil grin vampire face, and that was totally fine with us.
Yeah, it has a very comic book feel, like very EC comic feel.
It does.
Yeah.
To it. I like it. I love that. I love that fucking art style.
I like it.
Bebop, I feel so bad. I didn't give you an introduction. You're a regular on the show, but still,
clever.
Bebop,
Whatever.
how are you doing, buddy?
Good,
What are you
man.
drinking?
Nothing so far. I just rolled out of bed, man.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. Yeah, my schedule. You know what's funny too? My schedule actually changed, so I could have done it later, but I didn't want to say, "Hey, never mind, let's do this time," because, like I said, let's stick to it. 8:00.
This is fine.
U.S. time.
It's my day off. It's cool.
By the way, Bebop,
Awesome.
I
After
really
this-
like your background.
You like it? You like my kitchen? It's pretty cool.
Yes.
Very Ninja Turtles.
Huh? It's the kitchen from Ninja Turtles, man.
Dude, it was funny when I had my background. Chris was like, "Is it raining where you're at?" I'm like, "No, that's a dead body in the background. It's Casey Becker's living room from Scream."
Is it is it proper? Is it proper to do a joke about you coming out of the closet?
Oh no, that's fine. We just talked about men in the sauna for like 5 minutes. Yeah, no, the closet's gone. No, oh my God, you guys tortured me with the closet and the sheet.
The black Jeep.
Oh God, I was like the whole time. I'm like, oh my God, this is hell. But that's what it's like. I don't know, hanging out with you guys. That's why I like that episode with the bass players, because it kind of gives people a good idea of what it's like when you're hanging out with this as a group or backstage. It's very, very. I don't know. You got to have thick skin.
Oh yeah. Very chaotic.
It's all in good fun. So we mentioned the vampire. I pulled up the picture. That's why we're here today. And this is an EP, I take it, guys?
I don't know what's the definition of EP. Like, does it count if you have just 2 songs?
I don't know.
I think
Because
like
some
back in the day, it's a single is 2 songs, an EP is 4 songs.
Yeah, that's
stick
what I
song,
think.
something
That's
like
what I
that.
think. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so this would be a
It's a
single
single.
then. And there's 2 tracks on it. One called "The Vampire." What sparked this direction exactly? What got your brains going on? Let's sing about vampires. You know, you mentioned earlier voodoo queens. You mentioned what's it called? The I love that one you do of Vlad. That in my head, in my head. I love that
Yeah,
one.
yeah, yeah.
The voices in my head. What brought this idea along?
Well, I think I'll give the stage to Mr. Dax right now.
The
Yeah, it's
mastermind,
like
the mastermind over here.
we were talking about after the release of Nightmare Reborn that Pano asked me if we should do something together again, and
Actually, it was you who called me. I was in a supermarket, and you called me,
yeah,
and you
but-
asked from me like, what do you want to do? Like in general, what do you want to do in the future?
yeah. But then I wrote a different song first. There's some parts of the vampire which was in the first one as well, but it had a lot more like mellow kind of chorus. But it's like because Out of This World was quite successful, and so it's like the difficult second, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So it we wouldn't go in the direction of I mean, right now I'm just thinking for myself and not for the whole De La Rocka thing, but for my side of it. And so I sent it to Pano, and he liked it, but he thought it was a little bit more mellow, and I was like, yeah, okay, I'll try to give it a shot with a different chorus. At the same time, I just did a model of Ryan Miles, and because I did that model, we were just having a lot of chats back and forth about everything and nothing. And at the time, he was doing some remixes of some songs of the Graveyard Kings, and especially because when I was doing the model, I was using Love Spell a lot, and he said, "Do you wanna sing a few lines on that song just for fun?" I was like, "Yeah, why not?" And I thought that his way of writing was quite cool, because he writes in a different way. He just uses a lot of cool words and a lot of words that create some atmosphere. And usually when I write lyrics, it's more like a story, and it's usually like a story that has some kind of duality. So it's like basically like some kind of horror story, but it underneath there is like a real story. You know what I mean? It refers to something else. And which was like Out of This World was it sounds like this guy stealing parts for and making a UFO, and then he's going out in space. But it's just a metaphor for like he's going to the planet Psycho, which is like the psychobilly heaven or the psychobilly community, a psychobilly lifestyle. So yeah, and so the vampire came from the idea of trying to just describe some kind of atmosphere. So I didn't have any idea for any meaning. I didn't have anything to say. So, but I just thought about this cool thing. It sounded like mellow, and so I was thinking about the old Bela Lugosi Dracula movie, and I just Googled some photos. And there was this cool picture where he's in his kind of living room with his fireplace, and he's got this table done with wine glasses, and there's this bottle of wine, and and I thought it could be cool just to describe that atmosphere, and then so while doing that, the idea of him getting killed. Because like the classic Dracula vampire thing is that he's sucking blood from girls and stuff like that, and here he's kind of longing for this girl coming, and when she comes, she kills him. That's it. It's
Damn.
not deeper than that, but it sounds
Damn.
cool. And that was what it was all about, and it goes good with the way it's sung and the way it's like, because I tried to sing it in this like crooner kind of way. Do you know what I mean? A little like wavy and slowly, and then the music in the is just going, fast and powerful.
Yeah.
So so just a bunch of cool words, and that took the idea, as I was talking about before, with the sleeve, with the tick tock.
Yeah.
That was basically the chorus line was basically made like this because Pano said, "Can you make a more like sing along thing?" And I thought, okay, I'll just give him hell here. So it was like whoa, tick tock, all the classic things that works live, and it turned out to be
the crowd
quite cool.
involved.
So we were talking about the vampire. You were talking about the story. What do you say we play the music video and watch it together?
That's a cool idea.
White candles glow in the dark. I'm here alone with my shadow. 2 glasses ruby red wine. And as my fingers caress your skin, you'll feed my fire within. And my passion is burning inside. So baby, I'll get you too. The time is running out for you. No matter what you say or do, you'll be mine tonight. Now the doorbell rings in the hallway. Can't believe that it's already today. I've been waiting so long, my dear. Now your white skin shines in the night, and your blue eyes glow in the moonlight. Still my passion is burning inside. Yeah, baby, I'll get you too. The time is running out for you. Yeah, I love you with very blue. No matter what you say or do, you'll be mine tonight. And from my wish that we never part, till you drove that stake through my heart. Baby, I'll get you too. The time is running out for you. Yeah, love you with very blue. No matter what you say or do. So baby, I'll get you too. The time is running out for you. Yeah, love you with very blue. No matter what you say or do, you'll be mine tonight.
All right.
That's a good video, man. Let's talk about that video.
I already had like 1,000 things in my mind when we were looking at the video, and I was thinking like all the stuff that's had to be done behind the scenes or done in post or whatever.
Well, first of all,
Go ahead.
go ahead, Bebop.
No. Go ahead. You're the main guy.
No, you got something. Go for it.
No, I was gonna say, how did you decide on what to wear for the video?
For Thomas, like you can tell this, but
It's there's a funny story to it, because first we were talking about, no, it was because you did we did this online thing Della Rocka, talking about what's going on. You remember? And
we sometimes do these kind of like a special Instagram live chats, but that's usually when we are kind of like celebrating something or you know, and then we just have this chat that everybody can say and come and say hi, and then we started throwing ideas about the clothing.
Yeah, you asked me if I still had that Undertaker hat that I used in Johnny Nightmare.
Yep.
And I did, and that's it was kind of born like that. And then one day we were talking about one afternoon we were talking about how to shoot it, and I was saying that it's quite difficult to find some spot here where where I can go and stay for a long time and experiment, and I mean there's a lot of medieval kind of places in Denmark or Renaissance or stuff like that, but then you have to make some agreements or some deals with people and stuff like that. While we were talking about it, I was suggesting that we could set up a lot of candle lights in my garage that could create like a cool kind of, because then you couldn't see the background. So it would only be all these lights and I would be standing there and stuff like that. Yeah. While we were talking, I was just walking back and forth in my living room, and I was just looking out the window, and I was looking at the bell tower of the church, which is like a medieval church. And I was like, while Panu was talking, I was just interrupting him and saying like, I know exactly the place.
but before that, I need to keep it real, and I need to say that I had this kind of like a feeling, I had this kind of like a demand that, we've been releasing a few videos which were basically just kind of like this studio play videos. And we have the Out of This World studio video. We have Necronauts, which is also this kind of like a studio video. And then even Man with the Screaming Brain is a studio video in 2 different countries. So
in my brain.
Yeah, so
I love that song.
I had this kind of like a feeling that I'm feeling guilty that we cannot do like another video where it seems that we went with the easy and the fast route. And I was saying to Dax that we need to figure out something that the people will see. Like, I know that this song is going to be a killer hit. And when the people see the video, they need to have this feeling in the back of their head that they actually made some effort. And even when Dax was saying that, hey, maybe I could set up some candles in the garage, and I was saying like, no, it sounds too cheap. And then Dax was saying that, no, but you don't understand. It's going to be dark. You cannot see the background. And I was like, no, listen, we need to see the background.
Yeah, you don't want to see a black sheet and some candles.
Yeah.
So the next day I went to the church, to the graveyard, and I was talking with the digger, who's a cool guy.
That's so psycho.
Yeah.
It was so cool.
Yeah, that's. I live in a little village. That's all you can do. Like of cool stuff here. It's like hang around.
I already have this image in my head that he's just regularly just in the grave, and you go like, "Hey, how's
he's
it
all
going?"
hunched over. He's like, "Hey man, can I hang out with you or what?"
And there's a black crow sitting on the tree and just watching at you.
Yeah. And I asked him if. And I just asked him if he could ask the church council if it would be okay. So it's like it's not filmed in the actual church. It's filmed in the bell tower, and we agreed that of course that there would be no blasphemous stuff in the because like. They don't know what they're saying yes to. We could have been some kind of hardcore punk band that was like
or Satan,
religion and or Satan, something like that. So it was just cool, and I just got the key, and we could just I could just write him in the daytime and say, "Can I go this evening?" And he was yeah, sure. And so I took my youngest son Jeppe, whom I play a lot of guitar with, and then we went there and just did some test footage with some different lights and stuff, and sent it to Pano, and as you were talking about early on, and that's how it's just grew, and the idea just evolved from that. Yeah.
Yeah, and regarding the costumes, like I also think that Dax sent me a picture of the album cover of the Hopeless Chicken Freaks, where he's actually
I remember that one.
where he's actually kind of like wearing it, and the only difference is that he doesn't have like such a pale face that we have in this video, but I could already imagine from that picture that this is gonna work. And the one thing that was missing was that I wanted to have like this kind of like a Renaissance style shirt on Dax, and we needed to go to different kind of like a web stores, and I started ordering some stuff, and it came late and it was not so good. But then there was this like a Danish like kind of like a Halloween shop, and we found the right shirt from there, and it actually worked pretty good. Party
costume shop. Yeah.
Yeah. And,
so
please.
Yeah, right. And the thing is that so we kind of did a lot of test shots, and then so we were like working on with the idea with the TikTok, and we bought the watch as well.
Yeah.
And like this pocket watch, and then we just like brainstormed the idea from all these test footages, and Arno had some ideas, and can you do this instead, and maybe this, and this works, and this doesn't work, and stuff like that. Yeah. And so for the actual filming, we had also both my sons, my older son also, and then some friends, Sila and Steen, who helped out with filming as well.
Yeah.
And we did all this. We did my part first, and then you did your part afterwards.
Yeah.
And you didn't plan that before, right?
No. I was about to say that we had this kind of like a deal or challenge with Dax that we both need to do like good stuff and good job on our ends, but the Danish stuff, the vocal stuff needs to come first, and then when we have the material, it's easier to kind of like plan like okay, now we have the exact kind of like a look of what the vocal stuff is, and now we just need to film something that will match that look. And I managed to get a permit from the city of Tampere, the city where I live, and there's this cool mansion here. And I was like I think like a week before we actually had started filming, or 2 weeks before, I was actually like taking this seminar of like indie artists from all genres meeting up at the mansion. And while we were at there, I realized that, oh my God, this lobby here, like there's a fireplace and this cool wallpapers and this kind of like a Renaissance thing going on here. And I was thinking that, oh my God, why didn't I think about this before? Like, this is the perfect spot to film our parts in the music video. It'll fit together with the stuff from Denmark. And then I started trying to chase the right people to get the permission. And the next thing when we got the permission was to kind of like coordinate that everybody would have the same kind of clothing. And we didn't want to do the Renaissance shirt thing again. So we just needed to kind of like coordinate that we all would have the Della Rocka colors, you know, mostly black, but also some red for everybody. And for me, it went going with how do I say, Van Helsing shades on and that kind of stuff. And I think it fits really nicely.
It does. Yeah, it's cool.
And then one really important thing was that everybody I knew from our bands and people close by, like everybody had like this really modern looking upright bases. So everybody had tons of stickers on their base. And I said immediately that we cannot do that. Like that'll break the illusion. And then there was this like a really, really nice, a good friend of mine, this rockabilly guy called Iku. And I knew that if somebody is going to have a very classic looking, a little bit worn out looking upright bass, that's going to be Iku. And I asked from him. And of course, he said like, yeah, you can just borrow it. So it was perfect for the video. And there is this one fun fact also, because of the fireplace, it was a non-functional fireplace. And damn, they would have called the police if we would have started like putting fire on it. So I had this kind of like a LED lights, this kind of like a small bars. And you can charge them with USB. And you can basically put any style of lighting from them, flashing, just static lighting or whatever. And it had this kind of like a programs in it. And one special program was this kind of like a fireplace blinking light. So obviously I just put it on the blinking stuff and I threw it in the fireplace. And if you look really closely when we are playing or doing something, you can see that there's this kind of like a gentle blinking fire coming to our face.
Yeah.
It goes with Dax's thing too, where he had the candles inside the cave or his den, away from the sun.
His garage.
So basically the clothing thing, the base thing, and especially the fireplace thing, they were like all these kind of like let's say last minute things, because we didn't know where we are gonna shoot, and all these things came together at the last minute. Like, oh shit, this is so cool.
One thing I want to compliment on too is the way it shot itself, as far as like the angles going up on Dax when he has his hands up, and what cameras did you guys use for this? Because they blend so well together, considering that you're both in different countries.
That's true, huh?
Yeah,
the camera thing was
was it phones again?
iPhones.
Yeah,
That's
iPhones.
Crazy. And that's just all
That's
post production,
awesome.
I guess.
We actually tried with what's the English word for that, Panu? Like a reflection.
DSLR camera. We tried one. But
You couldn't make it work.
Yeah, it didn't like the darkness. Like there was so much noise that there was nothing that we could have done with that footage. So we just went with the iPhone route.
The funny thing is that in my part of the video, there's like two locations in the same tower. So like there's one where I'm kind of in some sort of a tunnel, where you see the walls very close. Yeah, exactly. And it actually is like, it's just like this little kind of hallway that is, it's not wider than your shoulders. So, and you go in and it's just a dead end. So the Jeppe, who was filming, and Victor, my other son, who was holding the lights, one down and one up, they were just standing like hugging each other, and you had to put everything in the right direction, in the right order, because you couldn't go cross. You couldn't cross each other in the hallway, but it was impossible with that camera to set some lights, because everything was lit. You know what I mean? Because you were so close to the walls.
Yeah.
And the other room was different. But it was just like a big square room where you could have some other
And I haven't talked about a lot of the post-production stuff that I usually do with the videos, but I want to mention like two things you probably don't know, but now you will know. Like the first thing was that obviously because of the corridor where Dax is singing the verses, like it's so tight. So basically they had to light it in the way that Dax is like with the proper lighting, like not too bright, not too dark, but obviously there is nothing you can do with the front corridor. Like it's gonna be super lighted, like a kind of like a, how do you call it, like a burning up also. So I had to use a lot of vignette to make all the edges like dark.
Yeah.
And the other thing was that obviously Dax and the crew used a lot of kind of like a powder makeup or something to make the face like pale. And also you use that for kind of like a hand, but obviously I was expecting that it might look a little bit weird in the camera. Because you don't know what kind of things the iPhone enhances and what does it hide. So even when it sees, even when you are like filming the thing and it seems that, okay, my hands are quite pale, but maybe they are not pale enough. And only after you see the camera footage, you realize that, oh shit, it's basically just showing skin here and here and there's spots everywhere. So basically another thing I had to do for every shot in the music video was that I had to track sometimes Dax's whole face, and in every shot Dax's hands with the editor. And every shot where you see Dax, there is a computer tracking mechanism tracking where his hands are, and there's settings made by me making them more pale.
Panu, I was going to ask you, this is probably just another thing too. What program are you using? Because we were talking about this last time over video software as far as editing. What are you using right now?
It's DaVinci Resolve, and it's the paid version Studio.
Yeah, because I was thinking too, between DaVinci and Adobe, fuck, dude, it's a lot of
yeah, like this was basically my exercise to start using that, because I had no idea what to do when I started, but I just kept using tutorials from YouTube again and again and again, and everything is out there. Like, it's such a popular program nowadays, and it's kind of like an industry standard, I would say.
Yeah.
Do the phones have stabilizers or no?
They do.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I would imagine too. You probably had like a gimbal for it or something too as well.
Because that's the problem, that the DSLR camera that we tried with, it had like a tons of noise. It was dark, but also it had no stabilizer at all. So it's kind of like the whole footage is twitching all the time like this, and it was so bad.
Yeah. I want to say also, it was like you were talking about the makeup, and it was like I don't know how to tell how to say it in American. How do you say, like in Fahrenheit? But it was like only a couple of degrees above freezing while we were doing it. So and there is no heating in the bell tower. So at one point, because this makeup wasn't water resistant, so my nose started running, and I tried to before every clip, try to dry it, and then my hands got wet, and I had to powder your nose. I had to powder my nose, and then I had to powder my hands again, and it was like fucking, oh man, we were just freezing our butts off in that church,
Yeah.
But that
adds
it was
to
good
the
fun.
effect, though. The cold breath, like the whole atmosphere.
Yeah, that was cool. There's the one place where I'm standing with the candlelights in the background, and I'm like, wow,
Yeah. That's true.
That comes up, and that is no effect. That was how it was.
Yeah,
raw and uncut.
Yeah.
So we talked about the video. We talked about a lot of behind the scenes stuff. Is there anything else you want to bring up about that before we move on to the next couple of topics?
Well, if we want to still talk just a little bit about the song itself, right?
Yeah.
The thing I wanted to mention was that the actual song, and how I knew that this song Vampire is gonna be a total hit, at least for me. I don't know about anybody else, but I like it. I'm singing it every day. So anyways, the moment I knew that this is it was when we actually performed it together in Germany. last August, and it was a festival called Summertime is Back in Elm, like a really countryside style of psychobilly festival, and it was so fucking cool. And we performed to hundreds of people, and we told them that we are gonna play a brand new song for you, for the very first time live together with Dax. And people liked it so much. And at the end of the song, the last chorus, the people were already singing with us. The whoa, and that was the first time they've ever heard the whole song, and they were already singing with us. So I guess that means something. And I was like,
that was cool.
fuck.
It was actually already in the second chorus.
Oh, okay. Even better.
But the cool thing was that it's an outdoor festival, and the stage sound wasn't that loud, so it was actually possible to hear the audience.
Yeah.
And so you can imagine, like playing live on a stage where you got the monitors like blowing in your face and you can't hear anything else. But here you could actually hear the audience also, and you could just hear them sing along. And that was like, I thought exactly at the same, like when it came to that, okay, man, we made it.
Yeah.
This was cool. Yeah, that was great.
Actually, something that I want to mention just now, I remembered it. Like, obviously, we had a very German crowd, and the people there were like having a really good time, and they were really drunk. And I remember when I was doing the second song from our set, and it was Sex Craze Maniac. And usually during the song, I kind of like reach out to the audience and start pointing them out like separately. And there was this one guy, like a German guy, really drunk, just just in the front row. And there was obviously a fence in there.
Yeah.
So I was pointing at him and saying something, and he get really excited, and he kind of like hit his head somewhere. And I went to the mic like, "Oh shit!" and continued singing, and he was okay. He was okay, but he was really drunk, and he was really excited about the song. So
man down.
Yeah.
But yeah, we had a really good time in Germany, and
Yeah, that was good fun.
Obviously, we also had your son, Dax's son. We had him on stage for the last song, "Out of This World."
Yeah, he played along on Out of This World. That was a super special experience. Yeah, it's on YouTube. That was really
Super cool.
that was that's hard to describe, but it was really we rehearsed that for a long time. I think was it like from when I played in Kiljava, that was around Halloween,
Yeah.
around October the year before. So we
Yeah,
had
that was
like
the release party for the Nightmare Reborn.
yeah, we had like 8 or 9 months to rehearse, but it was cool. He nailed it, and it was great.
He was like, "That's my boy."
Yeah,
Proud dad moment.
yeah,
So I
exactly.
want to get to, of course, Della Rocka. You mentioned you wanted to bring up your new lineup, also shows you played. Talk more about DIY hustle and everything. But I want to go a little bit of a fun route before we move on to the more technical stuff. Vampires. Let's see. So we talked about vampires. What vampires, books, or movies inspire you guys personally? I know you mentioned Bela Lugosi, but starting with Panu, what are some of the maybe stories or films that kind of inspired you growing up as far as vampires?
That's an easy one. I would say Bram Stoker's Dracula,
Yep.
because it's visually like a masterpiece. I've always been so excited and so interested about filmmaking. So obviously, when I watch Bram Stoker's Dracula, I'm not basically even watching the film. What you see in front of your eyes, I'm kind of like digging deep into how they made everything, and I've been watching the making ofs and everything from the film, and all practical effects, and that stuff is so fucking crazy.
That's the '90s one, right? With Keanu Reeves.
Yeah.
That is a bad. I still remember that red armor he had in the beginning. That was a fucking crazy movie. That was beautiful. Yeah, good cast too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Anything
So that's
else?
my number one choice.
Number one choice. Okay, so you like him more romantic? You don't like him like you don't like him bloody or like the John Carpenter's vampires or Lost Boys?
Well, they have their place. They have their place, and with when somebody says Lost Boys, I'm not thinking about vampires. I'm thinking about the shirtless guy playing the saxophone.
Oh yes. So you're
That's
a believer.
Connor's favorite part of the whole movie right there.
Oh, you want to see him in a sauna?
But anyways,
only his saxophone.
I've seen the footage. Like, I've seen like he's still doing it. Crazy.
Yeah. Dax, what about you? What are some of your inspirations, whether it be film or books for vampires?
You know what? Like, I'm not like a super movie guy. Actually, it's always funny with psychobilly. Everybody is like into horror movies and stuff like that, but I'm not really. But one thing though is
Titanic.
He loves Titanic.
As I told you the first time I was at this show, I don't even like Star Wars. But anyways, I want to say
I remember Christmas movies is like we didn't watch Christmas movies.
Yeah, I want to say that one thing. I hope it's true, but I know that I heard that the Bela Lugosi, like the old Dracula movie, he was like an Hungarian immigrant, and he was like the last one who was casted for the movie, and they kind of already spent the whole budget, so they couldn't because he's playing a big part in the movie, of course, but he's not saying that much. So he couldn't speak English. So everything he's saying in the movie, he just learned, automatically. And I just love the part where he comes down the stairs in the beginning and he just goes, "Good evening." That's how far it goes for me, So and then that was also that's because that was my only reference for writing this song.
So you built around just that whole thing, that one part.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I know about vampires.
What about you, Bebop? What's some of your go-to vampire stories? I picture what's it called? Interview with a Vampire. A lot of hot guys in that one.
What the fuck? What about Castlevania, man? The video game.
Oh, the game? I never played it.
Oh, my God,
man.
Dude. Come on,
Much
bro.
respect. Much respect.
All day.
Yep.
I love the music in there. I love the visuals of that game. It's
got does it have good storytelling and lore, too? I never played it.
So, Bebop, question for you.
What's up, man?
What is your favorite Castlevania game, and why is it Symphony of the Night?
I love Symphony of the Night, but that's more like Metrovania all the way. It's a great game. It's a great game. Trust me, it is. But I would say number 1 and number 4, the Super Castlevania.
Okay, sure. For me, it's Symphony of the Night, absolutely.
It's a great game.
Is that something you stream, Bebop? For those who don't know, Bebop streams on Twitch video games.
No, that's nothing. I'd be playing, the Fortnite. But anywho, that's a different topic. Anywho,
we're getting to gaming now.
Right, but yeah, awesome. that's a good Dracula-esque thing to. If you get a chance, listen to the music on there. It's ridiculous. When people redo it, amazing.
Yeah, no, I'll look into it. Like I said, I'm not much for gaming. I want to be. I just don't have the time for it. But a lot of times too is I'll watch the gameplay on TV, like I'm on YouTube, like what's it called, Last of Us. I'll just watch the full gameplay. It's like a movie,
What I wanted to say is that when you were asking, like, don't you like this kind of like a really bloody, butchering vampire stuff? I was thinking to myself that I do enjoy that kind of stuff also, but there needs to be some kind of like a twist in it, like some kind of very specific thing. And for some reason, I was just thinking about the first Blade movie.
Yes.
Oh, dude,
Yes.
I was rewatching scenes from
That's a
that.
great
I fucking
movie.
love that movie.
yeah.
The techno scene with the blood. That's the best one.
Yes.
That opening fucking scene was badass, man.
Yeah.
Tracy Lords, the
Dax
guy
is
from
like,
Grounded
what-
for
what-
Life.
I
You're
don't
fucking
watch-
dead. There he is, Quinn. They're all afraid of him. Daywalker. Dude, that movie fucking still fucking holds up.
You gotta watch
Yeah.
it, Dex. You gotta watch it.
And
Yeah.
and the part where this one guy, I don't remember his name, but the bad guy, he was
Bald
basically the one with the long hair he was kind of
okay.
like a he was burned and fried like
Quinn,
yeah,
You
he
could
was
slice him, you could slice him, but then Quinn.
Yeah, he was
Yeah,
just-
he's the dad from Grounded for Life.
he was like a just crisp. The whole guy was just crisp and a dead body. And when they opened the body bag, and he looks like so fucking weird. And he, out of all people, starts running in the corridor and escaping from Blade, yelling like, "Get away from me, you freak!"
Oh god.
Okay,
Yeah.
but anyways, yeah.
No, yeah, I love that
real
one.
quick, final. Have you watched the Castlevania animes on?
I did.
On,
I
Netflix.
watched. I watched the first series, and I'm still doing the second series, which is a different plot. But
Super
anyways,
good.
yeah, sure.
Super good.
Bebop,
Yeah.
as far as anime, did you watch the Vampire Hunter D animes that came out?
No.
No, that's a pretty cool one. There's like two of them, but I'm no expert. I just remember seeing two of those films.
I haven't seen
He's
it.
got a hand that talks to him. All right, so that was fun.
Nice. Nerding out, man.
Yeah. Every time we go to the nerd part is where Dax goes silent.
Yeah,
And,
Dax is like, oh my
I'm just enjoying my beer.
He's like, you freaking nerds.
just like you should.
Cheers.
Just like you should.
Dax
All
was a
right,
jock in high school. That's what he was.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
Yeah, he wasn't playing games. He was playing with. I don't know. Never mind.
I was just drinking beer.
So let's talk about Panu, the evolution of Della Rocka, your new lineup. What's going on with that?
Yeah. So basically, we did this kind of like a good old switcheroo. We had like the same lineup. I mean, like the live lineup for all the shows since the beginning. Like we did our first show in 2000 and was it 23? Like Dax was there on our first show in Finland, but was it 2023? I think. it was.
That's 2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah. Okay. So it was Halloween, and we did the first show, and ever since from there, we've had the same, like a live band lineup. But then, I've always said to the guys that whenever there's any kind of thing, lives keep changing. You get like surpriseful things coming, and you got priorities with family, other bands, your main bands. Everybody has a band. So, if somebody feels that I cannot be part of the Della Rocka universe anymore, then you can just pick up the phone and call me, and you don't have to explain anything. And it's totally fine. And we've had this agreement with everybody since the beginning. And then, obviously, life comes to on the way. And our previous bass player, Ronnie, had to basically call to me and say that, hey, it's a little bit too much right now. Like, is it okay if we do the shows that we already agreed to do? And then if I could find, a replacement. And I was totally fine with that. And then stuff happened. And obviously we have a little bit different kind of like a temporary stuff going on in the music video and on this single. But now we have a new drummer, and Jere, who was playing drums before, he wanted to step and start playing the upright bass. So basically, we have the same guitar player,
Good choice.
Sami. Yeah, absolutely. So we have the same guitar player, Sami, that we've had from the beginning. And now Jere is playing the bass, and he's doing a very good job with it. And now we have a totally new drummer, Alexi, who actually is totally from other genres, and he's been playing like a progressive, kind of like a progressive death metal, or this kind of like a prog metal stuff.
A lot.
Yeah,
Having somebody outside of just psychobilly. Especially for drummers.
Yes, absolutely.
That's how I feel about Animal.
That's true. Yeah, the same with Syndicates.
It works because they have more of a broader, not more of a range of music knowledge on the drums versus just that the same 1-2 beat, you know.
Yeah. So basically now, obviously on the time of recording this whole thing, we have a big show coming later this week. On the weekend, we are playing this festival called Olaf Goes Psycho here in Finland, and there's going to be Resurrects there and Mad March there, and a lot of bands in there, and we are also playing in there, and that's going to be the very first gig of our new lineup. But we still have a lot of work to do during this week, but we're ready. Like it's going to be a fucking... Yeah, it's going to be a fucking blast.
I saw here you wrote, too, there was a Sweden cruise you played.
Oh, yeah. It was called Rockabilly Cruise. And it was basically a 2-day cruise from Helsinki to Stockholm and back. And on Friday, there was like a rockabilly bands playing. And on Saturday, the headlining band was Restless from UK. But we played as the very last band of the whole cruise on Saturday night after Restless, and it was like a really nice experience.
That sounds like fun. Something different.
Yeah.
And you said you had a Germany show, Bedlam UK. Did you bring those up yet?
We did last year. I don't remember the last time we talked, but last year we did the German show, like we talked about, and we did the Bedlam show, which was like the very first time I've ever visited or played in UK. And those were like a really nice experiences, and we're just gonna have a few little shows this year. I think it's a good time to take a little breather and maybe write some more songs, and next year we're heading back to probably Germany, and hopefully other countries too.
And when you bring Della Rocka to these for these shows, how many people do you bring along with you that you collaborate with? I saw Hannah Hush was on some of your shows.
She was on the cruise actually.
Oh, okay. I see Dax pop in, Vlad will pop in sometimes. Like, is it something you try to aim for, to have as many people there as possible, or it just kind of just falls into place, whatever happens?
I think it falls into place. Like, for example, every time there's something super, super special happening, I call Dax. Like,
the ace in the hole.
Yeah. So and we did a mini weekender like on November with the Klingons. So obviously we got the chance to play Beer, Blood, and Rock and Roll, and Little Green Men on both days, like Friday and Saturday with Titch, and that was really nice. And it's just something that falls into place. And to be honest, I don't think about it too much. But every time there's an actual, like a realistic chance within a budget for somebody to do that, then well, like I told you, I call Dax.
But it's also it's a cool way of doing it, because like I've seen of course I've seen a lot of clips either you sent me or seen on YouTube where you do for example my songs or like our songs together where you sing it, and that's super cool as well, you know, like that's what I always thought was strong about about your band or project is that it really works with all these different guys and girls doing vocal work and stepping in and shaping the album and the songs and the whole universe, but it also works as when you play for yourself, you know, and I know, like, what did we do, like 5 songs with me and both in Kiljava and in El. Maybe we even did 6 songs. I did the Peter Sandoff one as well in Finland.
Yeah.
And you know, so it's kind of a different show. It's like a featuring show, you know.
But what I think about what about?
But what I wanted to say with it is that that's cool for the audience, that they have like difference, you know.
That's what
it's
I
not
wanted
always
to say.
the same band. Yeah.
Yes, that's what I also wanted to say. That I think that one of our kind of like a selling points and strong points is that we keep it fresh in the way that people don't necessarily know like what's gonna be happening when they come to see a De La Rocka show. Like, who's gonna be in there? Who's not going to be in there?
Yeah.
So you know, it's like it feels like rock and roll. It's a little bit dangerous in a good way.
Yeah, it's unpredictable. That's nice.
So Panu, for the release of Vampire, so we're getting a vinyl. Obviously, it's going to be available digitally. So when will we get a hard copy available for those vinyl heads out there?
Tomorrow.
Well, to be honest, if I would get to decide, and I tried to work really hard for the last 6 months so that they would be here right now, but they are still in the factory, and I'm really hoping that I'll have them by the end of April this month. But at this point, I just want to be realistic. Like, let's say April, May, about that time.
And this
And
is
Pulls one up, I don't know.
it's going to be 2 colors, like a total of 200 copies, like 100 copies each, like translucent red with black smoke, and this kind of like translucent clear with black smoke.
yeah. Hold on, that's kind of a sample right there.
Yeah,
It looks good.
and that's by the way, kind of like a mock-up, but I tried to check as accurately as possible that it's gonna be around that, the look.
And
I mean,
this is independent, right? You're releasing this yourself.
yes,
So you handle a lot yourself, right? Marketing,
Yeah.
management, bringing all of this together.
yeah.
What's the biggest challenge in juggling all of this? Like, how do you have the time between the writing, recording, videos?
You
Plus,
make
don't you have a day
time,
job?
dude. You make time.
You don't sleep.
Yes,
Yeah.
no sleep.
Yeah, Dax knows this unfortunately well. That's I don't know. I don't sleep.
Same. How many
yeah,
hours of sleep do you get a day?
Yeah, I work in the IT as a day job, like a 9 to 5 job during the week, and basically the bad thing is that every time I have a lot of things to do, and I still have a lot of things to do regarding this release, like sending press releases and all kinds of like a PR stuff. So basically, I need to wake up super early and grab some coffee and do that stuff. Then I go to work. Then I come from work, and then I continue until the very late night, and then I sleep just a little bit and start the whole thing over and over and over again. And
The same
to be
way.
honest, it's too much for one man to handle. But you know, it is what it is. By the way, we lost Dax.
Yeah, it's too much for him. He left. Anything from you, Dax, on that?
Yeah, well, it's just like apart from writing the songs and being a part of the project the way that I have, it's nice to be on board. It's like we're in contact almost every day, and just about all different things about the project, and yeah, that's just nice. And And that's, as I sometimes tell you, it's Pano. It's like you have to remember why you're doing this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's for the fun, but it's also a lot of hard work. I remember it from when, especially when I was in Johnny Nightmare. I had 3 small kids, and we were touring a lot and writing a lot and rehearsing a lot and recording a lot, and I was also doing everything myself. With artwork and booking shows and stuff like that, and I didn't get much sleep there as well. But it's like
That's how it be.
yeah. But my point is sorry, yeah.
No, I was gonna say a lot of times whenever I'm really flowing, like when I'm, because like Panu, I kind of do everything. I do the recording. I what's it called? I push the edits to. Well, I edit myself, but then I give it to Ryan, the audio stuff. But now I'm doing the graphic design. Now I'm doing the social media. I got to do the video part of it too as well. All working a day job plus everything else.
Yeah.
I always ask myself, what the hell is the point? What if nobody listens to this? Like, that's one thing I always ask myself, and I doubt myself. Like, what? Does anyone really care but me? Like, fuck.
But like the first thing, it always starts with, hey, it could be fun too, and then you start to work on the idea, like that you begin to play in a band or start this project, and then it just you just go with it for the hell of it and for the fun, and then it just grows. And you have to need to follow, and that's where it gets bigger and bigger and wider, and you just can't say, fuck it, today I just want to relax. It's like it's impossible. It just keeps progressing.
I wanted to say also that because I'm doing it alone, like the big production part. And I'm not talking about the songwriting because that's a totally different subject, but about the production and keeping everything together, like it feels that there is no way to take like a day off, because that it feels, of course, this is a little bit toxic to think like this, but it feels the way that if I take a break now, while I'm at the break, I might miss something, some kind of opportunity or some kind of idea,
Yeah. It's a balance, because it's like it's a good situation. I mean, and you have to. I remember one time I was with Johnny Nightmare. We played some show in Germany somewhere. And we were just after the sound check. We were having dinner, and at that time we just had a very busy period, and very pressed and very stressy. And as you say, I just remember like Butch just said to me like, "Hey man, we just have to remember to enjoy this." Like we were sitting there after the sound check, relaxing, and we were before a show, and just let the mind relax and just enjoy the dinner, and there was free beers, and in a couple of hours we're gonna play for a lot of people, and this is why we're doing it, but so I know the hassle, it's like
there's this one thing I want to say before I forget. And because my brain is all the time like just sometimes even overwhelmed, like there's something that I need to remember all the time. And even when we are doing a show and we're doing the sound check and we're doing everything else, like there's I need to prepare the merch table, and I need to do this, and I need to do that, and I need to make sure that everything works, and just all these thoughts in my head. And the thing I've noticed in the last 2 years of doing shows is that the one and only time when I actually don't have anything extra in my head, like it just goes blank and I can just live in the moment, and I don't want that moment to end, is immediately at that second when the show starts. Like when the first chord plays, my mind goes totally empty out of all the other stuff, and there is nothing else except that moment, that crowd, that music, and because I enjoy, I have a silence in my head at the moment.
Yeah.
It sounds crazy, but that's how it is. Like there's no stress at all.
Yeah.
And when I'm at stage, for that reason alone, I don't want it to kind of like end. I don't want the show to end.
Yeah. That's a drug. That's a fix we're going for. Yeah.
Yep.
Panu, since you're a movie guy, have you ever seen that movie Wayne's World 2?
Yep.
Okay, remember at the end where he's talking to Jim Morrison and he's asking, if you knew the bands were going to show up, why'd you have me throw this festival? And I always think about that scene whenever I ask myself, why do I do all this shit? Like, why do I have to put myself through hell sometimes? Even though afterwards I feel better.
Yeah.
You need something to do. I need something to do, Like, why? You needed something to do.
Yeah.
It's for the love of it, man.
Yeah.
For the love of it.
I know exactly that feeling. Also, that's also an example from Johnny Nightmare, when I used to tell people that, if they ask, why do you want to spend all this time in rehearsal rooms and all this time away from your family and blah blah blah, and I remember one show we played in Russia, and there was when that was at the time that was possible, and playing this really cool place in St. Petersburg, and everybody was like in the solo of Psycho Killer, and Butch was just lying down on his back playing the solo. I was over him with my double bass going tak 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 tak, and looking out of my left eye, I could see Alan just bassing his drums. On the right, I could just see 200 people, wrecking pit, going totally crazy. And we were just looking at each other, and we just, like screamed in each other's heads, like what,
Yeah.
And that moment, like that moment, it took us 4 days to play that gig, to travel and hang around and and going back, and meeting people and shit like that. But that was, that is the thing that you can't explain people. And somebody say, why don't you just play in some kind of tribute band or cover band? It's easy. You don't have to write your own songs. You don't have to. It's like, no way.
There's no fun in that, man.
But they're saying. I just heard like a couple of days ago, and it goes like, even the worst day in a band of your own is better than the best day in a tribute band. Or cover band.
You could feel like shit and go play, and you'll forget about everything that was making you feel like shit.
So we're gonna wrap it up now. Let's see. So Dax, do you have any upcoming figures? I know you do your little miniatures. Do you have anything coming up? You've done Bebop, you've done Della Rocka, you've done Ryan. Anybody new?
Right now, I'm working on this artist. It's actually also a guy that Panu knows. It's Rille Ristomeki. Is that the right pronouncement?
Ristomaki. Yeah.
Yeah, Ristomaki. Yeah, Finnish guy. I know him from. He was a part of Club Sin, right? The Mavericks. Booking shows in Tampere.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, and so I knew him from when we played in your city with Johnny Nightmare, and I don't know when. And we've just been keeping contact, and he's doing a lot of cool art stuff. And so we're doing. He's like a sign maker, and he's doing like like an old school saw. With this rusty, rusty blade, and then he's gonna paint on it in this kind of atomic age kind of style, like 50s, really cool stuff. And then I'm making a model of him with his 2 dogs.
Nice.
So that's what's going on. And then after that, I actually don't know.
And Bebop, what's next for you? Anything coming up?
We got a little like show on the 26th here in the IE for now, and then we got the 6-6 Center show kind of
The
in
center
May.
show, yeah.
Yeah, we got 3 shows with them, so that's gonna be fun.
Yeah, I was glad that happened.
Freaking
And
glad.
Panu, I would ask you what you have going on, but we just heard a lot. But what else do you have? Anything else we missed?
Well, obviously, doing a lot of work with the release still, like interviews, press releases, and hopefully rehearsing more with the new lineup, which I'm really proud of. But also, we've got one show coming in May, at the end of May here in Tampere also. But there might be some other shows at the end of the year. I don't know about those yet, but one thing I want to mention is that something that we quickly talked about was that there's actually 2 songs in the release, which is now coming out or came out. And the second song is called Lady Luck, and it's kind of like a Western song. And,
Yes.
and there's like there's acoustic guitars, there's violins, there's all the good stuff, and I'm doing the vocals on that one. So obviously you're gonna also hear that. And what we did on the same day that we filmed our parts here in Tampere for the vampire video, we went to our rehearsal place and we filmed footage for Lady Luck. And that's gonna be the the cheap one.
That's going to be the garage with a black curtain in the back, right?
No,
Yeah.
it's just the rehearsal room. Probably like in the way that the camera, it's, you know, we're just playing the song again and again and again, and
Yeah.
the camera is kind of like just, you know, like spinning and filming.
I was going to ask you,
Everybody-
Okay, so Voodoo Queen, I saw footage of you and Hannah going back and forth, but I never saw a full-length video. Was that ever released?
No, like it was
With the
just
lights?
like a test thing. Like
video.
we did this kind of like a promo shoot, and we saw like I mean, like we wanted to see like if this could go to be a full video, but it never did. But anyways,
Okay.
this thing with the Lady Luck, it's probably just going to be a black and white video, like us in the rehearsal room and the camera spinning around us, and we're just playing the song. And we wanted it to feel like semi-realistic, that it's just, you know, a rehearsal room take and not even like an actual music video. But I just thought that, you know, it doesn't cost anything for us to do that later this year and just release it out there. You know, if somebody wants to watch it, they'll watch it. If they don't want to watch another rehearsal room De La Rocka video, they can just, you know, skip it. But
Yeah.
so that's coming out probably later in the summer or something. I don't know yet, but you know, it's always nice to have just some footage or some nice stuff coming up. So when people start thinking like, hey, now it feels like I would like to see something new from De La Rocka, then I can just put it out, you know.
Yeah.
And I want to do another T-shirt design somewhere at the end of this year again, and you know, all small things here and there.
Hopefully, eventually you'll sleep.
He can sleep when
Never.
he's dead, dude.
I was about to say that. Yeah.
All right. Well, on that note, this is Beer with Bear with Panu, Dax, and Bebop. Thank you guys so much for coming on.
Yeehaw.
Thank you.
Later.
With that.